So I'm Valentin.Inc. and I'm a black and gray realism artist. If you're ever in Sacramento, California, that's where I usually am at. But this is my first time in New York, and thank you guys for having me. So the tattoo scene on TikTok is, I see a couple here and there. There's a lot of people who do it at home, and those are the ones that usually go viral. So, I look through the comments and, instantly you see people wanting to try that just because it seems like it's an easy thing. But then later you find also the ones that get infected. So, it's hard to find legitimate artists on TikTok. They're still either new into the game or stuff like that. And there's people that have been in the industry for a long time who aren't popping off as much as they should. So yeah, it kind of just depends on how you lay out your videos, I've noticed, because if you just show the tattoo by itself with just the stencil and the tattoo after that, then most of the time it doesn't go viral. So people just look for stories. I knew that it was a completely different platform that no one really touched the surface on. So I wanted to be the first tattoo artist to really be known as a TikTok. I'm still working on it because there's still a lot of people that don't know me, but yeah, I just really wanted to use it to my advantage because TikTok reaches audiences that you would never expect. Is he really doing this? Why? I'm hoping that he just dipped it in ink and just faked it. He's gonna instantly regret that if that's real. Yeah, that was so dumb, bro. I'm sorry.
Have you ever tattooed yourself?
Yes, I actually tattooed my thigh, and I actually cut out this hole so that way people could see it. Yeah. I honestly wouldn't recommend it unless you've already kind of gone through your apprenticeship or have tattooed for a while and you're just like, oh, I have a fresh leg, let me just practice on that. Yeah, I just don't recommend it unless you're in it to actually tattoo. That's a really well done tattoo. Let me just start off by saying that. Man, I believe it. I mean, he got all the anatomy right. I was an MRI technologist before this, so looks legit to me. Just a lot of fleshy tones. So I don't know, with me, I like to incorporate a lot of contrast, and it's contrasted to a point, but with color, it's a little bit outside of my comfort zone, so I'm not sure how that's gonna heal. I hope it heals good. Right now it looks good because it's fresh, but yeah, maybe he should have just added like a little tint of black to really outline, so that way when it heals, it's a little bit more prominent. But overall, a really good tattoo, I think. I mean, I would do that if it cuts out the gym.
How do you think that your past experiences as an MRI technologist lends itself to tattooing?
Honestly, I just had a really good understanding of people, and I think that kind of transpired to how I am as an artist. With all my clients, I treat them as if they're family, and I just want the best for them in like the tattoo and in life, because they just open up so much that we get to share some stories. So overall, just how I interact with my client. But other than that, just understanding anatomy, I think, yeah, it's also a plus in some of them. I did a tattoo that was an MRI scan of the brain, which turned out really cool, and I knew exactly where everything was, so yeah. That's what we call the devil's Drake. Yeah, I mean, props to the guy who's going through that. It looks like he was probably covering something up, and sometimes blacking out a sleeve is probably the easiest thing, unless you want to go through tattoo laser removal, which takes 10 plus sessions. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but yeah, props to that guy for dealing with all that pain too, so.
How do you feel about people buying tattoo machines on Amazon and learning to tattoo at home?
Honestly, I don't even know why Amazon has the licensing to sell such a device. Tattooing is not one of those things you get to pick up and try. I don't believe that. I think that, and I had a very traditional upbringing.
I mean, she didn't do a bad job, but was she wearing gloves? I don't even know. No, yeah, she wasn't. And on the floor, Yeah, she didn't take her bloodborne pathogen at all. She probably saw a YouTube video and was like, I could do this just as easy, but hopefully it didn't get infected, because that just looks like an infection waiting to happen. I mean, but it turned out good, so I want to see it healed.
Why should the kids wear gloves?
Just sanitation reasons. And then even if you do wear gloves, a lot of people don't even know what to use. They'll still be touching everything that they're not supposed to. So, I mean, I guess that doesn't really help if they don't know what they're doing. But yeah, there's just so many things wrong with with trying to tattoo yourself. But people do it, you can't really stop them. Armpit, nice. Oh, I see, okay. That's clever. I mean, he's tattooing it really good. That's a cool tat that you don't even need to explain what it is. Like, it's just unique, and why not, you know? Yeah, that probably sucked getting it tattooed, but just pain-wise. But other than that, I mean, he did a good job. Yeah, it's a funny tat.
Does anyone else have a customizable tattoo?
Oh. Yeah, she's not allowed to wear those socks. with covering the whole thing, at this point, you just gotta wear flip-flops the whole time. And yeah, oh, I wish they would have thought that through. Like, I probably would have thought, oh, let me just try on a sock just to see but then it's hard. Once you're getting tattooed, you don't know what things might happen until after you get the tattoo. I don't know what I would do. I'd probably cover that up at that point, or just make sure you just wear short socks for the rest of your life.
Any tattoos on you that you regret?
So actually, this was a cover-up, and when I was 18, I just looked up inspirational quotes. You know, I snuck out of school that one day because it was my 18th birthday. And you know, when you turn 18, what else are you trying to do besides getting a tattoo? So I went to a random tattoo shop, went to 3 because you had to schedule appointments, and I finally found this one girl to do it. And I just looked up inspirational quotes right there. I chose one, she tattooed it. 2 years later, my close friend asked me, hey, that's a good quote, who wrote that? Or who said that? And I said, oh, I don't know, let's look it up. So I looked it up, and it happened to be Christopher Columbus. You know, it bothered me to where the point I didn't want to have it anymore, but if anyone else was to see it, no one would ever know. But because I knew I had it, I just wanted to get it covered up. I actually went through 13 laser sessions to get it light enough to finally put something over it. So 2 years later, and now I'm happy with what I have now. So yeah.
Devil's Rake, is that what you call it?
Yeah.
A great name.
That's what they call it.
Be a good band name.
Right.